Hello again and welcome to my YouTube channel, All My Art and Soul. I'm Michelle Holden and this is where we explore, play, and discover with intuitive abstract art journaling. So, I hope you enjoy this video and don't forget to like and subscribe. And it's sort of, I consider it beyond art journaling because we're using the abstract approach of pure elements and using those elements with marks, patterns, and many different layers to explore and discover our inner artist. So if that sounds interesting to you, please stay and watch till the end to see what I do with these materials that you see here, and I'll tell you a bit about them. And this video is going to be mostly in real time. Maybe the whole thing will be in real time. And I want to set about no longer than 30 minutes for this particular art journaling page. And what I really love to do is off camera, before I begin, I just sort of sit, have an intention. You can call it a meditation, just sitting in stillness and quiet and just see what comes up. And this is what came up. So I'm going to use my chip brush. Thank you for your information. Wonderful subscriber. And it leaves a really nice texture because I know that was in my last series, the series of small abstracts. So if you are new here and haven't checked that out, this is where intuitive abstract art journaling can lead. And it is an amazing explorative practice. And it doesn't take a lot of effort. You just show up and you're not thinking, you're responding, you're following your heart. And that's basically where I've got my name of my channel. Art is the journey of the heart to the soul. And let's begin. So I'm using my brayer as usual. And I didn't clean it from the last page. And that's okay, because I'm going to be working in blue, and it doesn't really matter. I just had this instinct to use some circles just sporadically on this page, because I want it marked. I love using pages from old books, but I really love some kind of mark on there. Now, you can use a brush, you can use line, you can use pattern, but today I really wanted an open kind of feel to it. But I'm going to be careful not to, maybe I won't even mind. And I also want to repeat or mirror that feeling in the initial marks of the background of this page. So let's start. I think I want to use black. I just love starting with a high contrast. This, I'm really liking the Liquitex Basics fluid paints. They're just all I need. I would love golden, but you know what? I'm going to save that to my other work. It's behind me at my other station here. And I'm just going to not put so much on, only because for the video it takes time to dry and I just don't want to waste time. And that's what I mean by it's mostly in real time, except for the drying parts where I speed up. Just, it makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, so this is just an old paint. And actually, my process as I'm doing the think aloud while I'm doing it, of course, is a little bit different as to yours, where you're quiet, intention. And I love how it is just partially there. And of course, going off the edge, taking the eye off. And I'm still wrestling with the thought of taping the edges. This is an, what is it? 9 by 10. Hang on. It's 140 watercolor paper by Canson. 9 by 12, of course. And then I tape it off to an 8 by 10. I thought, well, why am I doing that anyway? Well, I don't like the tape to go right to the paint to go right to the edge. I like a clean finish, and maybe that's a good enough reason. I don't know. What do you do in your journals? I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment. And this is also a great forum to share what we like to do. Now, I know I didn't want to overdo it, so I'm going to just dry this layer. And I'll speed it up, and then I will use a smaller shape, the smaller circle, either the cup or that other thing. That's okay. Now these, if you noticed, I changed my mind the last second. These are sort of sporadic, and these have some kind of order. So I thought, what an interesting other difference it would have rather than just size. So it'll emphasize the difference or the contrast. Okay. Just put those to the side. Okay. So that'll just dry to the side. And I'm going to make sure these are dry. Because now I'm going to use a layer of the transparent mixing white. And how I have gotten so, I guess, I don't know what the word is, comfortable with my sequencing of layers is because I've just learned what I like and what I don't like through just practicing in my art journal. That's it. That's the only reason. Because you can look and wonder and love abstract work from other artists, which I just love. And I'm going, oh, wow, I wonder how they made that. And so sometimes you can look at their work and sort of predict or guess their series of layers, because we've heard this a lot. It's all in the layering. Well, what I like and what I found and find is there's layering, but the way you use the layer, the way you think about the layering, and that's why I like to say one layer at a time, because I'm just totally blocking out the end result. Took a long time, and I do believe that's sort of a block for a lot of artists. What do I do with all these layers? It's just you build up experiences. You build up your, just what you do with them. And over time, it just, I like the word excavate. And that's what we're doing. So I'm going to push those back, but I still want to use, and I don't know why I spread the white out. That's interesting. I guess I was thinking stamping or something. And I love to use a color shaper for this. So as you can see, you can make a thin layer. But I do think I want them all pushed back more or less. So they're going to be there. I don't know how much of these circles will show up, but, and my voice might sound a little different today, just because there's something strange going around. And so now I've just noticed, well, I can just do this. So that's cool. So it lessens the contrast. And I don't want to see when I use the brush, there's too much moisture staying where the black is, and it might cause some smudging, or it might be because my water's all black because I use black. Okay, so I'm going to try just regular white since it's right here. And in the background, you might hear my, hi Dexter. He's up from his studio nap and he's coming to see what I'm doing. And I know it's late in the afternoon. I usually have my page done, but every day is different. So, and I find when you're under the weather, you find you just can't go fast, no matter how you try. So that's how today is. Now you see this overlapping? Now the chip brush. So I love the dry brush effect, but I wanted a little more there, especially and I'm just reacting. Okay, that's good. So I'm coming in with another transparent layer of paint. I also love using transparent collage, and that will be coming next. I don't know. Okay. So I think I just decided to push the whole thing back. I don't know. And if you don't like it, of course, we can do some lifting. Now, I'm going to experiment. So I'm just going to spritz it. Just so it can lift a bit more. Okay. Okay. And you've noticed too, I usually like to start the page with pencil, but now I'm just gonna have this as my, let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th layer. And we've only begun. Because in the end, I really like how the pencil lines are there, but they're very faint in the background. And that's what gives it that really interesting depth. At least that's what I think. Oh, cool. So this is a ghost print. I think I've shown this piece of collage in many other episodes. Here it is here. Yes, I want a bigger piece. I love how transparent it is. And it'll just set the stage for the blue. So I want blue, but I want it to be like an icy blue. I've been trying to get this icy blue effect for a few pages now, and I'm just gonna keep on trying. Okay, I like it there, but what we need is, no, this. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to tear it. I just had this thought. I wanted some higher contrast showing underneath. Now you see that all the circles are way back and you've got this depth happening, but layered depth. It's so different. And then, of course, I love my dots. So I think I'm going to set some more high contrast to show up underneath my transparent collage pieces. I just want to get rid of this big black blob. I use a glass palette. I've tried many different palettes, the ones that stay wet, and it's just, I just like how easy it is to clean up. So welcome if you are here for the first time, and I hope you enjoy my videos as I continue on my journey of exploring, playing, and discovering intuitive abstract art journaling, because it's amazing. I used to be a representational painter of landscapes, mostly in watercolor, of my area, and I just needed something with more self-expression, just something more. And what about you? What led you here? Why abstract art? I've always loved abstract art and always wanted to paint it. And I think by this layering process that I use, it allows, oh, I love that. See the different sizes, dots. These are organic dots from Stencil Girl. I don't have any affiliation, but maybe someday in the future. Sometimes I use a makeup sponge from the dollar store. It depends if there's good ones, but I find just this dry brush effect works well with small shapes like this. The sponge can't always get right in there. Okay, and then I don't want it, well, maybe I do want it like that. I'm gonna leave it. I was thinking of bringing it over, you know, that way a bit. Maybe I will. So I hope everybody's enjoying watching this layering process, having a cup of coffee, or following along with me. I'm going to leave it. As soon as you go in there, it'll smudge. So I'm just going to speed up this drawing. Like that. That's cool. Okay. Oops. Oops. Oh no. Well, these things happen. So I don't know if that, I'm going to use a different brush. That's the one I usually use for my super heavy gel, but I want to use a clean one. Usually I'd go horizontal, but something's telling me just to, whoops, there was a bit more of an overlap. And as you put the medium on, it just becomes more transparent, and it's so neat. Okay. This is deli wrap paper. I just ordered it on Amazon or from Amazon. I'm wondering if any of you subscribers out there are interested in, and I probably have asked this before, sort of a video series on how I make my papers. Please leave a comment if you are interested in that. And if there's anything else that you're interested in me demonstrating, please let me know. I also have a Facebook group, and we share, but we're trying to, I'm trying to get people to share more of their intuitive abstract art journaling journey. And yeah, it's building, and it's so much fun, and you know, to speak and share with like-minded artists. So okay, interesting that it's vertical, and I love overlapping and leaving partial shapes. And I only did this by discovering, playing, exploring, playing, and discovering. That's just how this process works. Now, remember I made this? So see how it's getting nice and icy and cold? I don't know if this goes with this piece now, but I've got an interesting piece of collage for later. Now the one that I initially thought didn't go is looking more interesting. I don't know if I want horizontal or even a clean edge. I want a torn edge. Yeah. My plan is to come over these layers with some paint. What blue? Who knows? Now you see how that's there and I don't want it covered. So now we're building. I think we'll see how it looks like it's a structure of some kind. But then as soon as you overlap a bit, it pushes that in the background, and that's sort of cool. This is paper from, I think, an old encyclopedia. So it's partially transparent or translucent. Okay. So now, this is the blue. So I'm going to play with value. I'm going to add black or white to it. And I think that's the only color. I might punch it up with a slightly cooler blue. I might come in, yeah. But this is collage paper created on my jelly plate, and it's at least four different layers. So, we probably need a series of how I make my collage paper. That's interesting. That swoosh down. I knew I wanted it on an angle. And I like how it overlaps. Okay. Yep. No. No, see now? Just to show you, see, so if I was to add this now, notice it's just so many different patterns. Now I've lost the balance. So no. So now, what I usually do is okay. So as soon as I see something not working, I ask myself, what isn't there? Okay, so what isn't there is some nice quiet spaces other than white. So I'm going to use black. How far it goes, I don't know. I think I'll use my color shaper. So right away I think, ooh, symmetry or no symmetry? How about that? And oops. Liking that. Now I might even come in, but smaller. And see, now I could never have planned this interesting shape. I'm not going to go all the way across. I'm probably going to stop at this line, this right here. So it's just like a sharp line. And I'm thinking diagonally, and don't forget, anything that you don't like, you can come in again and just treat it as, oh, that's just another layer. Now the blue. So I feel this would be an interesting, but to keep on the cool side, this is parchment paper. See how it's very shiny? It's very thick. Right here. Gives it a nice relationship. Even though that was there, the blue feels better. And even coming a little lower, letting a little bit of that black show through, I think I'll do that. I like to put a coat over the paper just in case I am going to put another layer on top. And it protects it. Just makes it more wipeable, even though I'm making a mess of it right now. We'll just go like that. Okay. I think now I'm wondering if this will just take it over the top, but if I just add a strip of this, let's see what happens. This is just jelly plated black, solid, and repeated, as you can see, my little copper pipe, or whatever you have in circles lying around, and we'll be going through all that, what to use, where to find it, dollar store, etc. How I end my collage piece is really, I always like to, sometimes I like a complete full shape. Oh yeah, see, that's looking really cool. And see how it's helping define this rectangle. Also has a good feel. It's mostly feel. And I did cover up that, but that's okay. I like this better. Okay, I don't want to go too much farther, but I know I want one singular circle in white. And there it is. Don't know. To get some more paint. Now, see that instinct? Go there. But now, will that be too high of a contrast and cause the eye to stay there? Yes, I think it will. So I'm going to switch my idea. And I'm going to do a row of white circles as another layer on top of this. But I'm going to stop right there. Okay, except for the little sprinkle that I love, and I don't always use this, but I do it a lot, don't I? That's okay. It's my thing. Everybody has a thing. Okay, let's see. Just here. These are very watery and messy. I like that. That's it. Oh, wait, down here. Just a touch. Okay. Now, let's draw. I like to add a word. Not all the time, but sometimes. And the word that's been right here is trust. And sometimes I don't like my font, but you know what? It's my mark. It's your mark if you're going to. You could print, you could use different things, but I don't have a lot of word stencils. It takes too long. And also, speaking of text, I love to put a lot of text in my work. If you can find letters from magazines, I don't have a good resource. I have a lot of textbooks, but not, there it is. Like, this says the sea, but, you know, I don't like it. Maybe trust the sea or the sea. That would look pretty cool. Since it's blue, it does sort of go. Maybe I will put that there. What do you think? So I won't paste it down. I'm just going to rest it there, let this page sit for a while, and then I will decide. So let's remove that for now and warm up the tape and have the review. Some of it got on the edge, but that's okay. I just like to have a clean edge. It has an amazing effect on your page. And sometimes you'll need to trim the edges with an X-Acto knife. I sort of forgot that one. Okay. Looks like it needs a little more. There. Okay. And at the last minute, sometimes I like to use some Posca marker line just to repeat, maybe overlap, intertwine. Oh, I like that. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it for now. And if at any time you do have a word and you don't like the font, you can cover it again and then put it back in with maybe a stencil or another way. And but I'm happy with that. So this is another video exploring, playing, and discovering with intuitive abstract art journaling. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you follow along, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video.